In 2021, Battlefield 2042 launched. Not with glory, not with pride, but with disappointment. A broken UI, strange design decisions, missing features, and a fan base left wondering what happened to our Battlefield. But this is not just a story about failure, this is a story about redemption, because behind the memes, the review bombs, and the empty servers, something started to change. Updates dropped, maps got reworked, guns felt better, and slowly, ever so slowly, players came back. These are the 6 things that made Battlefield 2042 worth playing again. Let's start with this. DICE didn't give up. Over time, they realized update after update, fixing bugs, reworking maps, and eventually bringing back the classic class system that fans missed so much. HUD improvements, weapon balancing, vehicle nerfs, the community noticed the effort and pretty much liked it. By mid-2023, many players said that the game finally felt like Battlefield again. Number 2 on this list is Reworked Gunplay that finally delivered. At launch, weapons felt disconnected, bullets missed, recoil made no sense, but patch after patch, DICE refined it. Hit registration became accurate, recoil patterns got consistent, and gunplay became, dare I say, a bit more enjoyable. Number 3 on this list is Map Overhauls that changed everything. Renewal, Kaleidoscope, Orbital, and Breakaway. At launch, they were empty. Wide open kill zones, long stretches of nothing. Snipers on rooftops, infantry exposed, and matches that felt more like marathons than firefights. Players didn't just criticize the design, they abandoned it. But DICE went back to the drawing board. And they didn't just tweak a few spawn points, they reimagined the maps from the ground up. Kaleidoscope, once a flat soulless plaza of death, now has barricades, makeshift bunkers, and infantry-focused lanes. Renewal, that wall in the middle, now actually means something. There's cover flanking paths and proper flow. Orbital's rocket launch zone, no longer just a spectacle, it's a contested tactical battleground. These weren't lazy patches, these were surgical reconstructions done with community feedback in mind. For the first time since launch, players started saying, you know what, this map actually plays well now. And that's no small thing, because when a map works in Battlefield, when every hallway, hilltop, and alley feeds into meaningful combat, it doesn't just feel like a game, it feels like all-out warfare. Number 4. Dynamic weather. Dynamic weather isn't just a gimmick. Not in Battlefield 2042. It's not there to look pretty, it's there to change everything. 1 minute you're pushing the objective with your squad, tight formations, clean comms, vehicles at your side. The next, the sky turns black, a wall of wind barrels across the map, and suddenly everything falls apart. The tornado hits, lifting tanks, tossing soldiers, tearing banners from skyscrapers. It's not just a visual noise, it alters the battlefield. You lose visibility, your squad scatters, snipers go blind, vehicles slide off roads, some see chaos, others sees opportunities. 5. Crossplay that actually worked. For years, crossplay was just a buzzword, a promise whispered at the end of trailers, rarely delivered and often broken. But in Battlefield 2042, it finally meant something. PC, Xbox, PlayStation, 3 platforms, 1 warzone. No more isolated friends. Now everyone fights together, in the same storm, on the same battlefield, under the same sky. Crossplay isn't just a technical feature, it's infrastructure. It's what keeps matchmaking alive at night. It's what made squad invites easier between friends across different platforms. And most importantly, it's what helped Battlefield 2042 survive when the player base dipped. Without it, some modes would have died. With it, they kept breathing. Sure, there were hiccups, mouse versus controller debates, input-based matchmaking, balance questions, but in the end, the goal was simple: let people play together. And in franchise built on large-scale warfare, massive team play, and unforgettable moments, crossplay isn't just a checkbox, it's a lifeline. Number 6 on this list is Portal. Battlefield Portal wasn't just a feature, it was a time machine, a sandbox, a toolkit, a love letter to 2 decades of all-out warfare. Where else can you put World War II soldiers against modern-day operators? Or storm a base using only knives and defibrillators against a team with rocket launchers? Portal took the chaos of Battlefield and gave it rules you could break. It wasn't just custom matches, it was a code editor with explosions, a way to rewrite the laws of engagement. Want 200% movement speed? Go ahead. Want World War II snipers versus modern tanks? Sure. Portal gave power to the community, and the community answered with wild creativity. Hardcore team deathmatch with no HUD, infection modes with meal-only loadouts, AI only chaos for cinematic moments. It blurred the line between player and developer, and while not everyone used it, those who did found something that most shooters can only dream of was freedom. Freedom to build, to experiment, to play the battlefield they remembered or the one they always wished existed. Portal was more than nostalgia, it was potential. Battlefield 2042 will never be remembered as perfect, but it will be remembered as a game that refused to stay broken, a game that in the end delivered cinematic warfare, creative freedom, and unforgettable moments. That will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Mozilla and I'll catch you on the next one.